Alrighty, well, we've heard about how John, Jesus' cousin, was born. We've heard about how Jesus was born, and we've heard about how shepherds and wise men came and heard about Jesus being born too. Now today we're going to learn about Joseph and Mary, how they lost Jesus by accident. And this is a story about Jesus when he was a little boy. I wonder if you're a little boy or a little girl. Well, Jesus was once a little boy. Okay, well, Jesus grew up with his parents and brothers and sisters. And did you know that Jesus was once a child like you? Well, you do now. But the biggest difference is that Jesus is God's son. And Jesus is perfect. Jesus never disobeyed. Isn't that amazing? He never pulled his sister's hair, and he never got angry with his brothers. Even as a little child, Jesus always obeyed God. He never got time out. He never got a smack. He was always obeying. Each year, Jesus and lots of his family went to Jerusalem to visit God's house and to bring a gift for God. It's a nice thing to do. Now, there were no cars or trains back then, so they would walk and walk and walk and walk and walk for a whole week to get there. That's a long way to walk. My feet would be very sore by the end of that trip. Okay, well, one year when Jesus was 12 years old, the whole family visited Jerusalem like they did each year. And after their visit, Joseph and Mary started the long walk home. They walked for a whole day, and they were setting up their tents for the night, and Mary and Joseph realized Jesus is missing. Jesus is missing. Jesus, where are you? Well, they've just done all that walking and they don't know where Jesus is. My goodness, I'd be feeling worried if John or Alice, my son and my daughter, were missing. Ooh. Mary looked to the right and she looked to the left. No Jesus. Well, Joseph looked inside the tents and outside the tents, and he looked where the donkeys and the camels were resting. No Jesus. Mary and Joseph asked their friends, "Have you seen Jesus?" But no one knew where he was. Oh no. I wonder if Jesus is disobeying. He's not around. We'll have to see. Well, Joseph and Mary went quickly all the way back to Jerusalem looking for Jesus. And finally, they found him. Jesus was in God's house, listening to the teachers and answering their questions. Mary said, "We've been looking everywhere for you." But Jesus answered, "Why did you have to look for me? You knew I'd be in my Father's house. I always obey God, my Father. You should have known that I'd be at my Father's house." So Jesus didn't disobey. He was obeying his Father. Well, what makes Jesus different from every other child? Do you remember? It's on the page just before. Well, we disobey all the time. I know I do. I wonder if you've ever disobeyed. Jesus never disobeyed. We are selfish and sometimes we're unkind to our brothers and sisters, but Jesus is perfect because Jesus is God's son. He always obeyed God. He always obeyed God, his Father. Wow, even as a child, that is amazing. Right, the best book to read is the Bible. Let's sing it. Oh, something fell. Again, that's not unusual. Bumping things. Okay, let's do a fast version today. Oh, the best book to read is the Bible. The best book to read is the Bible. If you read it every day, it will help you on your way.